Hello, my loves. Welcome to Lifestyle Manifesting. I am Shannon. I am the favorite manifestation coach for you. You love my content because you have results with my processes. You have success with my processes, and you keep coming back here to share your success. You are success. Today, I want to talk about gratitude, and I'm going to talk about gratitude as a manifestation hack because living in the end is all you need to do. And if you had your desire right now, what would you be feeling and thinking? What would you be doing? Living from the end of already having your desire, you wouldn't be worried. You wouldn't be thinking, I don't have my manifestation and I need to do something to get it. If you have your desire, if you have the love of your life, if you have the relationship, if you have the money in your bank, if you have the new car, if you have fulfillment, then that means right now you would feel grateful. You would be happy. You would be feeling good. You would be enjoying your life. You wouldn't be complaining about not having it. So to live from the end of manifestation hack is to live in gratitude. Read your letter, even if it's not manifested form right now here today. Make this your daily exercise. You're going to read a success letter, create a success letter from the present tense, reading it every morning. Read that letter and then shift into gratitude. Read that letter as a thank you to yourself that you manifested your desire. You have it. It's done. Now you're blurring the timeline of the future in the present moment. You blur the timeline with gratitude. Gratitude to yourself that you did this. Gratitude is the state of having. And you want to be in the state of knowing that you have this. You living your joy, you living in gratitude, you live and know you have your desire. Living from the state of having. You have to be able to identify what does the version of you who has this desire, what would you be thinking? What would you be saying to yourself? What would you believe about yourself? What would you believe about your world? And if you need help doing that, use my self-concept course. It will help you get into the version of you who has your desire. And then the only thing you need to do is just know it's done. Living in gratitude, knowing it's done, living your joy, being thankful for what already is yours because you imagined it. You only have to imagine it because imagination is first cause. You are the creator of your reality. Your imagination is first cause. So you're the cause. The world out there is the effect, which means think like a projector, right? Like a film. You have a whole film strip of the world. Infinite possibilities are made in film strips, all existing right here, right now. Everything is existing right here, right now. You're just experiencing from the same present moment, different experiences based on your perceptions of reality and what is within your imagination. So think about infinite film strips. Infinite possibilities. Now, which film strip are you going to put in your imagination? Because whatever you have in your imagination is pushed out. Just place in your imagination your end scene, which could be you affirming your desire. You place that end scene in your imagination. It is done. It will be pushed out onto the screen of space, onto your 3D world, because you're the cause, the world's the effect. So if it's already done and you already imagined it, it may happen today because all possibilities exist. It can happen right here, right now. You know you planted the seed. It's coming at the right appointed time. So the right appointed time means you're not continuing to doubt it and worry about it, and you're not continuing to think that you need to keep planting the seed to make it happen. You don't need to. You did it. It's done. You're already the version of you who has your desire. You already have your desire. It's already done. So if it's already done, are you thinking from the version of you who knows it's done, or are you still the version of you who thinks it's off in the future and you need to make something happen or do something to make it happen, or you think you have to effort to make it happen? It's done. Be like an actor waking up in the mind frame of the version of you who has your desire. It's done. Hello. Hi, everyone logging in. I want my SP to conform completely. Well, you're the cause, the world's the effect. So instead of saying I want, because your reality is going to reflect who you are being. Okay, so it's good that we're focusing on our desire, what you want. You got a clear picture. You know what you want. Now be the version of you. Your reality reflects who you are. So if you had your desire, what would you be saying? What would you be thinking? What would you be believing about yourself? You would be thinking, SP already conformed. You would be thinking you're God's greatest gift to the world or to this person, or that you're a great partner. I mean, that's not exactly what you'll be thinking, but something along those lines, right? If you want SP to conform completely, use my self-concept course. See yourself as the version of you who has your desire. Okay, so for them to reflect, they're already reflecting you. For them to conform to you, to being in the end, living in the wish fulfilled, you would be saying, I love it. They conformed. I love it. They're in love with me. I love and I know that they're in love with me. What do you think about yourself? Because your world is reflecting what you think about yourself in relation to them right now. Okay. So speak to yourself. It's the only thing you need to do. Speak to yourself as if it's already done, as if you already have your desire. Is it possible to manifest an ex who blocked me on everything? Absolutely. You're the creator. You are the creator of your reality. Okay. Understand everything is a reflection of you. Everything that you're experiencing in reality is your consciousness pushed out. That means everything in your reality is already happening based on what you believe and what you see and what you think. You're in like a quantum bubble of reality yourself. Everything's reflecting you. There are infinite versions of your ex. Yes. Okay, so to do this, you have to live from the reality that already exists where you have this relationship. That means if you have the relationship, would you be wondering why you're blocked? Would you be checking social media? Would you be talking about it with your friends about what happened and why they blocked you and I'm still blocked? If you're speaking like that, that means you're still living in the end of being blocked. In order to live in the end of the wish fulfilled, which is a relationship, right? Or being together, then you need to speak that into existence, with your self-talk, with what you're saying to yourself each and every day. Okay? Each and every moment, you just have to know it's already done. And the most powerful way to do that is to live identify yourself. Thank you, Serenata. You identify yourself as someone who already has your desire. And if you already have your desire, more spicy, more fun stuff. Thank you, Awakened. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts and all the appreciation. I appreciate all of you. Okay, so let me finish your question, Victoria. You're living from the end of already having your desire. And to manifest something deliberately and consciously, you have to be the person who already has the desire. You're the cause. Your SP reflects you. This is already happening. Okay, so you have to speak to yourself and think from the version of you who knows you have your desire. You're going to affirm that. Spend time during the day. If you want a protocol, a blueprint of what to do, use my self-concept course. I give you exactly what to do in the morning, and I typed it out, or I wrote it out in the course. You have a page in there that tells you exactly what you need to do each and every day. Okay, how to be. I help you think from that version of you that already has your desire, how to be that version each and every day. It will manifest. You just have to sustain that version of you until it becomes your reality. Okay, so yes, you can do it, and there's no reason you can't do this immediately. There's no reason this can't happen in 30 days, even a week. It could happen in 3 days. It could happen as quickly as it takes you to sustain that version of you. Okay, so you become the version of you who knows that you're irresistible. You become the version of you that feels completely confident, knowing that you're chosen. You become the version of you who already knows that you're desired and you're loved and you're number one. You're the priority. Be that version of you now. And if you're being that version of you now, your world's going to reflect who you're being. If you're being the version of you who's feeling unsure, feeling insecure, talking about someone blocking you, your reality is reflecting who you're being right now. Are you being the person who's rejected, or are you being the person who's chosen? Are you being the person right now who's rejected, or are you being the person who's chosen? So you don't have to focus on your specific person. You just decide you're chosen. You decide you're chosen because you decide. Okay? Not because they decide, because they are going to reflect you. If you're waiting for them to decide you're chosen, that's not going to happen. It won't manifest. If you're waiting for them to choose you, it's not going to manifest. You have to decide because you're the cause. You have to decide you're chosen. All right, so I intend you totally got that. You're able to shift and you're able to be this version of you. Okay. Marina, hello. Love your videos. You have an amazing voice. Thank you. That's so sweet. Thanks. What can I affirm to stop accusing my SP of having crushes on other women? You're accusing your SP of having crushes on other women because you feel insecure. You feel like there's something, maybe that's not totally right, but see, you have to get in touch with what your true feeling is. How do you really feel? Okay, because your SP is only reflecting you. Okay, why are you accusing? Because you're feeling either not good enough, or you're feeling insecure, you're not feeling sure, they're not giving you the attention you want, your SP is not giving you the attention you want, or like any of these, I don't know, right? You know the answer to that. Okay, if you need help with that, with understanding what your true beliefs are, schedule an appointment with me, a one-on-one, or join my VIP group, because finding out your true belief, this is the problem that most of us we haven't paid attention. We haven't been aware of what our own belief was around any specific topics. Okay. Your reality reflects you. So 100% this is happening because of you and your belief system about you. Okay, so let's get to the solution. Okay, so first, but this is really important though. You must recognize that you are the creator, and this is the cause, or the experience you're having is a result of you. It's not them, it's you. You have to understand that. When you understand that, it just makes it so much easier to manifest your reality. You're the cause. You have to accept that. That's you taking your power when you accept it. Even the unwanted, when you recognize you created that. Okay, so let's get to the solution. Well, first, if you created that, you could create that they are so sure of you, and they are telling you they're so sure of you. You could create any reality you want. You could create complete trusting and complete being faithful, trusting, devoted. Like, that's what you want to focus on. So whatever it is you want, that's where you have to put your focus. You're creating what you don't want. And the reason you're creating what you don't want is because you already have insecure or not feeling enough, something within you, right? Reflect it out. So now to create the reality where your SP is seeing you as number one, is like hyping you up, your cheerleader, your person right next to you, the person who has your back, the person who is like screaming to the mountains that you're number one, the person that's proud to be next to you. Okay, so for your specific person to reflect and be that kind of person, what do you need to think about yourself? Well, you need to think about yourself as, I am number one. You need to think about yourself that you are enough, and that you are worthy of this relationship, and that you are, you get to have the relationship you want. You think of yourself as a priority. You think of yourself as important to your specific person. You think of yourself as someone who brings others into your world that are devoted to you, that are faithful, that are truthful. You're creating your reality. So live from the end of that version of you. You can affirm that version of you. You can use my self-concept course to get into the mind of that version of you, because you have to stay sustained, persist in that version of you until the world reflects it. So that means you're going to build your confidence in yourself, or about yourself. You build the confidence that you're chosen, because you decide you're chosen, not because someone says you're chosen. We're not going to be wavering because one person says, yeah, I like you, you're chosen. And then the minute they don't like you anymore, they're out, and now you're triggered and falling apart because you're not stabilized in knowing who you are. You have to stabilize knowing who you are. You're number one. You're chosen. You're the first best. You're the most amazing. You're the ideal I don't really even know I like the word partner. I like girlfriend or boyfriend. You're the ideal one. You're the ideal one. Okay, so you have to see yourself as the ideal one, not that you're the ideal one only because that person chose you, right? It's about you taking back your power, and then you choose yourself. You are choosing yourself. Okay? When you're choosing yourself and you're declaring that version of you, SP has no choice to reflect who you are being. So if in this present moment you're being insecure and feeling small and feeling unnoticed, then, your world has no choice but to reflect you. The world is always reflecting who you believe yourself to be. So to change your reality and be in a reality where you have a relationship that's loving and healthy, then start to paint the picture of who you are. Who would you be if you have this relationship? Now, it's not like you're thinking, who would you be? It's off in the future. You take the future and you make it now, and you start being that version of you now. You start being that version by declaring it, by changing your beliefs about yourself. The self-concept affirmations, and that's that's going to help you get started. Okay, get started there, because you start affirming, I am the prize. You start seeing yourself as valuable, the prize, number one. Because when you see yourself that way, guess what? You'll have multiple people see you that way. Your world's going to reflect you. So you could create your reality however you want it to be. You've just unconsciously been creating your reality. Thank you. He said it's definitely done, so I didn't want to be delusional. Okay, but remember, he reflects you. He said it's done, but no facts are final. You have to understand your reality is like a play. It's the story you're telling in your head. So even if he said it's done, it's like you don't care, because that version of him you don't even want anyway. And that version, you step into a new version of you, and you're going to when you step into the new version of you who's chosen number one, just watch what happens with your world. Don't even focus on him. You're going to focus on you. You're going to claim yourself to be a goddess or a god. You're going to claim yourself to be number one, and you're going to believe it. You're going to keep affirming it, because as you affirm something, you're going to believe it. And as you're affirming it, your world's already going to start reflecting it, probably through family and friends, and maybe through strangers. And maybe you go to a random restaurant and somebody's just telling you how amazing and what a beautiful person you are. It's going to reflect in your world. It's going to reflect with your specific person. Keep affirming it. I promise you're going to have results. How come I manifested a new SP instead of my ex SP? Because no facts are final. Melissa, congratulations. Look what's going on in your world. You manifested a new SP. It's like You understand whatever you've been thinking and saying and affirming, it's working. If that's not the one you want, that's okay. But don't say it's not working. You have to claim it works. It works. I did it with this new person. And if I still, like, I'm speaking from the first person, so you can think this way, right? So when you say to yourself, I did it with that one, like with a new person, that means I could also do it with my ex. Okay? If you did it with someone new, it works for everything and everyone. It works for anyone. I don't care. You go to work, your boss hates you. You want your boss to think you're number one. You could flip that. You start saying, I'm number one at work. You start saying that you get preferential treatment. Just start saying that and see what happens. I promise you, go to a restaurant, you're going to have that experience. People will give you preferential treatment. Okay? You can change any area of your life, any person, any place, anything. You're the creator. You're the creator, and you're already telling a story. Good. Melissa, you're a goddess. I was going to say God. You are the God of your reality. You're a goddess. You did it. Guess what? You could do it again. You could get a little better at it. Okay? So the world's reflecting what you believe. Start to imagine that you have exactly what you want, that you're happy. Because if we're living in the end of not happy, living from the end, you have to catch, what are you living in the end of? Because every moment of the day, you're living in the end of something. Are you living in the end that life sucks, life's hard, it didn't work, I got the wrong person? You're living from the end of it's not working, I got the wrong person. Do you want to live from the end of this works, and I could tweak it if I need to, and I could manifest my ex? Okay? Do you get that? Do you get that? You're thinking from, you want to just imagine that this only time that exists is the present moment. Don't be thinking about the future. In the present moment, you have your desire. Keep knowing it. Just keep knowing you have your desire. Okay, white tea, hi. Yeah, your boss is awful to you. I was just giving this example, trying to affirm script against it. Any advice to change it? I really like the idea that you want to think, instead of scripting against it, script for what you want. Like, what are you scripting for? What are you affirming for? What are you saying an intention for? So before you leave for work in the morning, or, before you start your work day, set your intention. Set your intention before your work day. So what does that look like? Take 5 to 10 minutes just to play it. And I promise you, you might just have to do this for a couple weeks or less, because all possibilities exist. It can happen tomorrow. Okay, but just plan before you go to work. You're going to set your intention. I intend today's a great day at work. And then what would it look like if we could wave the magic wand and say, today was a great day. You already went home and it was awesome. You already went home and your boss was complimenting you. And your boss said, what a great job you did. Before you go to work in the morning, start imagining your boss already saying, great job. I am so excited for what you bring to the table. Whatever they would say. Just ideas, because sometimes the world will reflect back exactly what you affirm, because I've had that happen many times. And other times it's reflecting back just a general idea of what you affirmed, not specifically, but something that means the same thing. It's going to come out of their voice or out of their person in their own idea, like from their own words, right? Okay, so it's like the telephone technique. I mean, it's not even a telephone technique. It's just imaginal conversations. Your imaginal conversations are already manifesting. So if you are imagining before work that it's going to go great, but then let's say by the end of the day it sucked. Now, when you go home, do you keep thinking that sucked? It didn't work. What are you living from the end of? Are you living from the end that it sucked? Or are you living from the end that it's working? It worked. Okay, because you have to claim it before it's going to happen. That's kind of like, I don't want to say it's the hardest part, but that's like this, you ignore circumstances. You have to decide it's irrelevant. You have to keep living from the end. Live from the end of knowing your own value. I'm valuable. People at work see my value. Do you really have to convince everybody? Do you believe that or not? Start believing it. Start knowing. I mean, I don't care if even if you make mistakes at work and you've been, people don't like you for whatever reason, you could start saying, you know what, today I'm going to change. And today, that's okay if I make a mistake because I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to be somebody that knows how to figure out my mistakes. I'm going to be somebody who's able to move beyond that mistake. Okay, I'm someone who's able to create success. I'm someone who's able to create success. You're not looking for the validation or anything from anyone outside of you. You're going to create it from within. Okay, I intend to be treated. So set your intention in the morning before work. I intend to be treated kindly. You have to sustain that through the day and after the day you sustain that. You sustain it. In order for your reality to change, you have to sustain that. Sustain the knowing, sustain the feeling, sustain just general affirmations. Okay? You can literally change anything in the moment while it's happening. I don't care if somebody's yelling at me. I am so good at being able to shift my reality in the present moment. I mean, I don't even need to do that anymore, but I already practiced that. I did that in the past. I already did that. So I don't really have those circumstances. They're really few and far between anymore where I'm having some sort of argument or anything with anyone. That doesn't happen in my reality anymore because I'm already thinking from the end of what I've been creating and who I'm being, which is more peaceful, more harmonious, creating fulfillment within, seeing the beauty in everyone, seeing the best in people, seeing the best in myself. Okay, but so back to shifting it in the present, in the moment. Your boss could be yelling at you. How are you reacting? Because your boss could be totally awful. Okay, and you're even, let's say, face to face in the same building with them. How are you reacting? Because however you're reacting in that moment is going to create your future. Are you taking in a deep breath and thinking, okay, that's okay. I know how to create my reality. You could say an intention in the moment. It could literally flip in the moment or 5 minutes later or by the end of the day. It all depends on how you're reacting. Don't take it personal and step into the version of you who knows that you're the creator. Okay, I intend you change that. Like I intend you align with that reality. Kylie, Shannon, SP drove past me twice in 2 days. Amazing. Okay. 40 minutes out of the way where he lives. That's not any coincidence. There are no coincidences. You understand you're the creator. If you could create that they went 40 minutes out of their way to be right in the same place where you were, that has everything to do with you. So if you could get them to randomly show up in the same place that you're at, you can manifest that they're in your life. Okay, so get into the living in the end, the version of you who's in the relationship already. Okay, because that's a nice thing that you see your world's reflecting you. But now live from the end of what do you want to hear? I love you. Be the version of you who feels loved. Be the version of you who's chosen. You're chosen, you're loved, you're irresistible, you're irreplaceable, and then you're thinking and feeling that version of you. What does it feel like that you're completely irresistible? Not just to that specific person, it's who you are. Because you don't need that one person. You're the one who has all the power and all the control. You're not waiting for them. You're the one who's creating. Okay, it's so amazing. High star. I've been trying to manifest a decision to go in my favor. There's a lot of resistance. Well, you're creating the resistance. You're creating the resistance, okay? Because you're probably back and forth. It's a decision, okay? So how do you manifest a decision to go in your favor? You have to stop saying there's all this resistance. What's the resistance? I mean, there is no resistance. There's only resistance because you're reacting to a circumstance in the 3D. So that resistance, that circumstance means nothing. It only means what you give it meaning. You're giving it meaning. Okay? Live from the end of, even if there's resistance, what you're defining as resistance, it's not resistance anymore. Okay, that's just an old story. It's something old playing out. No big deal. You're the operant power. And then you go live from the end, like decisions in my favor. I love it. I love that the decision already went in my favor. If the decision went in your favor, would you be telling your friend or family? What would you be saying to them? What would you be feeling? What would you think and believe? Okay, so if there's a lot of resistance, then use some maybe breathing techniques to help regulate. Does resistance mean anxiety? Okay, if you're feeling anxious, you got to stabilize yourself. Use breathing techniques. Use breathing. Use Wim Hof ice baths, or I take an ice shower actually because my shower gets really cold, but just for like a minute, right? You want to stabilize your body, stabilize yourself. When you practice that before it happens, first it's going to happen less and less because you're already practicing being stable. The more you practice being stable and in control of your body and your reaction, you're gonna create a reality that reflects where you're at. The more stable you are, the more your reality will reflect that you're stable. Okay, if you need additional help, join my VIP group. Is it possible to put a time frame to manifest a proposal, or is this conditioning the manifestation? No, it's not conditioning. You can. You can declare that. It's just someone's belief that you can't. You want to live from the end that it's already done. So live from the end that it's already done. Live from the end that you want to blur the timeline between the past, present, and the future, okay? Blur the timeline so it's now. Now you have it. Okay, most of us feel like that feels so unreal, or what is it, like fake or something to claim it now. But you understand, you have to claim it now. You're the cause, the world's the effect. You need to be claiming it in order for it to manifest. Use my self-concept course, manifest your marriage in the time frame you want. Could it be that my SP no longer suits me if I change my own concept? No, that would just be your beliefs are manifesting. If you think that, then that's going to be your reality. Okay, you can create the reality. What do you want? What do you want? Well, okay, let me tell you, some people level up and maybe they can't imagine that their specific person could be any different, but people are reflecting who you are. Okay, don't overthink it and don't over worry it. What you really want is a partner. I mean, you want a relationship. What you really want is a relationship. What you really want is love. You want commitment, love. That's what you want. Live from the end of that. Live from the end of that. Specific person's going to show back up the best version of themselves, including other people who want to be your suitor and want to be with you. Changing your self-concept will reflect everyone. Okay? You are creating all your reality. Your perception of yourself is pushed out to the world. Okay, so when you think highly of yourself and you think you're the best choice and you think you're the prize, then you're going to have a reality that reflects that is true. Your reality is already reflecting what you believe about yourself and what you believe about yourself in relation to different people. I love you all. If you need additional help, you could do the work on your own. My self-concept course is a blueprint for success. You will create success with the course. If you want to be part of my community, join my VIP community. It is a mastermind for you to level up and be in phase 2, understanding you're the creator, continuing to take back your power. And if you want to do one-on-one coaching, I also have that still available. You guys, I love you, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.